This talks by the Pharaoh. Welcome back. Thank you for listening and putting up with my shit. I guess I'm gonna try and make this quick. Maybe it's just gonna be a little me opening more about my thoughts on certain things and certain subjects, or just how I feel, because it kind of goes with what I was talking about with Facebook shit the past few videos and stuff. It's like, fucking come on, people. Like, some of the shit I see, it's just like, I know it's social media, people trying to get views, trying to fucking do a thing, and maybe they've won a little bit with me, but I think it's good to know that. I think it's good for people to know about this shit, because it's like, so there's a few in particular that really fucking got me, or that I got angry about, because it's like, with all the people who overthink and who don't have a proper handle on it, I don't even have a proper handle on it still, and like, I do my best not to let small shit like that get in my head, because I put my faith and my trust, and I put everything I have into believing that what's being said ain't true, or what other things being put out there ain't true, because you know what? My personal belief is, if I'm not wanted, or if someone's sick of me, or if they're tired of me, or they would tell me their true intentions. They would be straight up honest about what's up, you know what I mean? But this shit just goes too far sometimes, because it's like, why the fuck are people putting out this negative shit to, like, I know they're trying to get clout, they're trying to get views, shares, and all this shit on Facebook, but it's like, do you know the damage you're fucking doing? Like, there's one in particular, and this might bother you too, but like, and I'll go into detail about how I used to feel and the shit when it comes to it. So there's this one in particular. There's a video of this guy laughing at a chimpanzee dressed up and with clown makeup on, and the caption above it was saying something about Satan clowning your ass, Satan clowning on your ass for killing yourself over a girl. And I'm like, bro, like, that's fucking serious talk. Went to read the comments, people were like kind of laughing, but people were like, I'm kind of scared to share this, or fucking whatever. They're like, this is fucked up, bro. Like, surprised Facebook allowed it, but then again, look at Facebook and social media these days. Like, there shouldn't be too much faith put on there, but at the same time, we should be pushing positive. There's so many people that do that, who do, and I'm not looking down on those who have lost their fight because of shit like that. I'm not looking down on them. They're not cowards, because you want to know it. Do you know how bad it can get when you're like in that position mentally, and when you're that mentally fucked up? Like, I don't know if I said in one of my videos, but I saw this video. It was very it was another video I saw that was is very inspirational, and it made sense because I saw it a while back. Comes to mind again. It is, some people cannot. When it comes to a breakup, some people cannot be single shortly after, just for the fact that the aloneness and the depression that comes with it that's what kills people. That's what kills people like us. That's what kills some people. And I've done my fair share. I've almost done it a few times myself, and I'm surprised I'm still here. But I'm proud of myself for being here. I'm proud of y'all for being here. And no, dude, like, if that shit comes up, talk to me, talk to someone, please. Just, like, don't give up. Like, just please talk to somebody. Like, if you're in that bad of a state, just like try and talk to somebody. Try and reach somebody, even if you have to wake them up, because, like, you know what? Yeah, they might be mad at you, but think about it this way. It's like, you know what? You're catching yourself. Let them be mad. Just be like, hey, this is urgent. I need to talk to you about this. And that comes with the whole being able to open up about stuff, and like catching yourself before something bad happens, because like Your life matters, your breathing and living matters, despite how you feel and what you think and who's made you to believe different. Like this whole social media shit, people are feeding on this negativity like no other, and that's why it's being pushed out. There's other ones that get to me too. Like the ones that are like, oh, she's probably like messaging other people, or she's interested in other people, or she's not messaging you and she's really active because she's messaging other interesting people and you're not interesting enough. I'm like, bro, shut the fuck up. Like, as I said, like, you're with a real one. You're with a person that cares about you. They'll straight up tell you, like, they'll tell you their intentions and what they want. Even if you gotta ask, like, I know it'd be annoying, but sometimes you just gotta ask where it's at, what it be. And I apologize. I've had to ask because of my insecurities at times, and I've had to get reassurance just because, like, I'm afraid of shit like this. Like, it bothers me, but I'm doing my best to work on it and not let it. That's where I am putting my faith, my trust, and my being into this, because that goes with letting go of the past and how you were previously treated. Easier said than done. That's a hard fucking thing to do. That it is, because you need to start accepting yourself, loving yourself, and accepting a new person, and accepting the huge fucking possibility, because you never know. You never know. They are the one, and that they'll treat you way better than you ever treated. It's just like another post I saw the other day where it's like, can you imagine falling in love and it works out for you for the rest of your life? Like, that's the kind of positivity. Positive. I find that message positive, because it's like, don't doubt the love you have. Like, because you know what? If you go up to the person and ask them, like, where are we at? How do you feel about me? And shit, like, and just ask like questions like that, or just sit down and talk to them about that, and just be like, hey, I need a little reassurance. Like, would it be so much trouble? I don't know. Just like ask them like that, and either they are or they're not. But you need to get, like, sometimes we just need that reassurance sometimes, because it's like, it's also like, so with me, like, I've learned, like, it's not just that I'm afraid of losing a person. It's also that I'm afraid of not being enough, and I'm afraid of like other interesting people being replaced and all that, and the whole abandonment issue thing. Like, it's just something we'd like to know from time to time, for a while, until we get in our head that we are good enough, because we also got to tell ourselves too that we're good enough, because we are. You deserve the love that you get. You are enough. You are more than enough. You are perfect. And I don't care what anybody else says. Like, perfect to me is imperfect. Like, I don't know, that kind of doesn't make sense, but like, I find beauty in what is damaged and stuff like that. I said that quite a few times, but I really want to get it out there. It's like, this shit sucks. Like, this shit gets on my mind sometimes too, and I get stuck on it, and it's fucking bad, because so many people are just being like, oh, she's probably looking at other people's messages, or there's other motherfuckers hitting her up and she's more interested, or they're sending pictures back and forth and all this shit, and then all these podcasts about women roasting men roasting women, and what they find toxic in relationships and shit. And it's like, that's also where the boundaries come in and have to be set. Like, I think two people that are wanting to be together should, like, be able to, like, talk about, it's like, all right, I'm not okay with this, or I'm okay with this. Like, let's see where we could compromise or talk about, because it's like, the two people should be comfortable enough to be able to, like, all right, we're committed to each other. If we are committed to each other, like, there's like a high level of commitment. There's commitment to one person, and I think either side, because I don't think this just pertains to one side of the relationship or one person, because you can identify as others, I should say, but either side of the relationship should be able to commit to one another and respect and uphold that. That is my opinion. I'm afraid of so much shit that I mean, I've been working on it. Like, I've also learned that as I've been going along making changes and stuff, like, this is a new version of me. And what I found, what I was told was, it's okay to be kind of lost right now because this is a new version of you. You've never experienced the version you are now of you. You've never experienced that before. It's okay to be a little lost. It is. It's okay to feel like, what the fuck? Because this is a new version of you. These are new times. And, you know, I'm fighting my fears, fighting my paranoia, and I'm putting my heart, my blind faith, everything into the trust, the love, the care, and everything. Like, I ain't letting none of the shit tell me different because of how I feel. Like, until I'm told specifically, like, what's up, you know, if I'm told differently, then that's when I will be like, all right. But until then, if not ever, I will always trust and believe and have my faith into the commitment. And that's how it's always going to be. I would say I'm a very different individual. I am not like everybody else. That's why I said in the last one, like, ain't nobody else like me. Ain't nobody can love like me. Ain't nobody can give like me. Like, I am fully confident that my love is truly special, one of a kind, that I'm special, one of a kind. I have my ups, I have my downs. Yeah, I'm still fucked up. I'm a work in progress. And I guess my biggest fear is losing somebody that I thought was going to be there through me, for me, with me, during me, through thick and thin. Like, I know I can be tiring and upsetting and fucking everything, you know. Like, I know that I'm a lot to handle. I agree. I am. But I have also been working on it. And I'm trying not to be so dependent on others to help me out with shit. You know what I mean? But that doesn't mean I won't still try and reach out and be like, all right, this is what's going on in my head, or all right, like, I'm not okay. But I try not to do that so much, so I'm not like feeling like y'all gotta babysit me or something, because like I got that mentality sometimes, which I'm still changing how I think, and that goes along, that correlates with the Facebook shit. It's like I see this day and night, and I'm like, this is gonna make people fucking worse. I see this shit all over the place now, and people are just like fucking soaking it in like fucking smoke or poison. Like, this shit's just killing us, and it's like, gotta fucking stop. We gotta put more positive shit out. Like, we gotta talk about, we gotta address the issue here, because this is what we're gonna see. I got a feeling we're gonna see bigger spikes of suicides. We're gonna see bigger spikes of bad shit. We need to go the opposite way with that. We need to address the issue and be okay with opening up. I agree, there is a lot of people that will feed on this shit. There's a lot of people that will provoke it. There's a lot of people that aren't capable of dealing with shit because they still have yet to deal with their own. So that goes with another saying I found. To an extent, it's true. Because it's like, sometimes you can love too much, and a person will only love you back as much as they can. And the reason for that is some people might not love you as much as you love them, just for the fact is they haven't found that level yet. They're not on that level yet. It's not entirely a bad thing, it really isn't. But at the same time, like, there's stipulations with that. That is like a very thin area. That is a very thin ice. That is a very grayish area leading into one side or the other. You know, it's very thin. But I would say is stay positive with the love, and yeah, it's okay. It's definitely okay to have expectations for each other, like, and expectations for yourself. Don't be wrong with that, but don't over expect. Like, if one side can provide for you in a certain way, go for it. If a person can't, I think y'all should. If a person can't do certain things that you want, y'all should be able to sit down and work, talk about it, and then be able to work on things together. Like, this is not a race. Relationships aren't a race. We're not Relationships aren't to prove who's better than the other or who's more dominant or who makes more money. Nah, a relationship is two people fighting together with each other, two people who combine as one, two people who love and care for each other no matter what the cost, no matter the stress, no matter what fucking people say. Like, even if the world's burning, two people, even if the world's burning or everybody hates them, they should still be able to love each other no matter what other people say. And it's like, you gotta be sure that's what you want. And like, I know I'm very intense on what I want. My expectations on what I want, like, I don't know if they're exactly reasonable. I think they are. But then again, like, I'm still dealing with my insecurities and shit, and I still worry about shit. That's why I also said, like, the shit being said about, like, girls texting other guys, or, like, people are really trying to put in other motherfuckers' heads. Poor people's heads that their girl is really talking to other people, or, like, girl says they're busy but they're really doing something else, or stuff like that. That is very, like, very degrading, very down-putting, and it just makes the situation worse. That's how I'm seeing it. Because I look at it, I'm like, I see what y'all are trying to do. It's like, I know what I'm afraid of, what I've been working on. I know what's wrong in my head, and I'm working my best on it. I'm trying my best. I'm doing very well, but I'm working on not thinking the way they're trying to put out. Because it's like, that's the kind of shit that destroys relationships, when you have to go into that kind of questioning because you are paranoid as fuck. But there's nothing wrong with asking questions properly and in the right way, in the right setting, and trying to get reassurance and validation of where y'all are at relationship-wise and where y'all are at expectations and what each of you want wise. Like, because if you can't do that, then y'all shouldn't be in a relationship. If y'all cannot just, like, talk about it or be like, all right, this is what I want. If y'all can't even talk about it, like, it's perfectly fine. It's gonna hurt. It's perfectly fine if y'all go up to each other and be like, all right, we want different things. Y'all can either work on a compromise or both come together and talk about it. Like, I ain't gonna say anything more about what happens after that because that's entirely up to y'all. Like, this is from my perspective. And I know what I don't want, and I know what I want, and I know what I'm afraid of, and I'm trying not to be so afraid of stupid shit because I'm starting to put it in my mind, like, this shit ain't gonna happen, like the bad shit that's going on in my head. I keep telling myself every day, I'm trying to be like, all right, you're worth every ounce of love you get. You're worth every ounce of love you give. You were a good person. You're fucked up. You may have done a lot of stupid shit, but you're different now. That's what people tend to forget. Like, other people talking shit on you, it's like, maybe that was the old you they're talking shit on, but they don't know who you are now, so fuck them. So they don't, like, you're different now. And even if you weren't like how they're talking shit on back then, it's like, they didn't even give two fucks to even know who you really were. Like, and honestly, it's like, it's none of their business. It's like, all they have left is to bring people down to their level, if not worse, because they're too blind and dumb to see their own problems and the misery that they're in. That's why they have to make others feel just as bad, if not worse. Or they're just simply soulless sapsuckers. I don't fucking know. But I feel like I had to address all these issues, kind of open up a little bit about that. 'Cause honestly, it does bother me. Like, I'm not letting it bother me so much. Like, I'm pushing that. I'm doing my best to push it out of my fucking head. But we shouldn't be thinking like this. Like, it is okay to talk about things. Because you want to know why? Like, and again, with the fears, though, like, first off, before you say anything, think of how you're going to say it properly, because things worded correctly, especially with tone and body language when it comes to talking about things, that can make the biggest difference. The energy you're putting out, what your intent of talking, putting out the energy, everything, the emotions, everything. That is important too, because it is important to be able to talk about things that bother each other. Like, y'all shouldn't let that shit build up. Y'all should be able to be like, all right, this is where I'm at, this is what's up, this is what's going on in my head, this is what I fear. And even if this goes on for like days and days, or like you're still bothered for days and days, like I still think y'all should be able to talk to each other, because like, what is truly a relationship if y'all can't like help each other out, work on each other, and work with each other? Like, growing with each other is so beautiful. Like, maturing together, like rebuilding yourself with someone. It's always been a fantasy with me, because like I've always been broken. I've always been destroyed. I've always been how I was, but now I'm not. Like, I'm changing. I'm working on it. Like, this is a new me, and I'm scared. I really am. Like, my body's all out of whack. I'm getting more sleep. I'm relaxing. I'm not as anxious as I used to be. I mean, I still get them thoughts. I still get the problems, kind of like tonight, but I would just like to say, like, y'all should be able to talk, and if y'all aren't able to talk, then maybe it's not meant to be. I don't know. Don't let me be the judge of that, because each situation is different. Each person is different. That's the thing about it. Each situation's different. You never know until you ask. You never know until you, or at least try to ask or talk about it, drop hints, I don't know. At least try to be as verbal and blunt about it as you can, because if you let that shit build up, it's going to be a million times worse, I promise you. I fucking promise you. You think your fear is bad now, just wait till you let it build up. Because at that point, that might actually be the true decider of what happens between y'all. That's what I'm saying. Like, don't let shit build up. Y'all should, at a certain point in time, y'all should be able to be comfortable enough to be like, hey, I'm not alright, or this is what's bothering me, or like, I would just like validation on this, because like, sometimes I do wonder, because it's like, I look at myself and like, what do others see at me? Or like, I know there's better people out there than me. There's better looking guys, people with other shit that I don't got that can do for others. Like, I look at myself and I'm like, what the fuck do I have to offer? What do I bring to the table? And that's where I'm like, I'm confident enough to say at this point, where like, what I got to bring to the table, it may not be much, but it's myself and my love. And everything I can give, my fucking loyalty, my love, who I am now, who I'm becoming, my future, I got all that on the table. I'm putting all that on the table. Like, may not be much, but I hope that's enough. And that's all I can do, is hope it's enough, because that's how I feel. And I don't see what other people see. I mean, I'm starting to accept myself and find myself good again. But it's still hard. It's still a hard journey. And as I said, with being a new version of you, metaphorically, like, you're dealing with things a different way, you're acting a different way, you're acting more accordingly, you're doing better, like, that's a new version of you. And you're acting in ways you've never acted, you're growing in ways you've never grown, like, and that's okay. I'm still scared quite a bit of a lot of things, but I'm slowly but surely working on them and overcoming my fears and overthinking and the dumb thoughts that get in my head. But if y'all hear this and listen to this, whatever you find across social media, whatever you fucking see that's negative, either report it or just like push it out of the way. Just be like, these people aren't telling the fucking truth. Because some of them are in a lot of fucking pain because of some shit like that. And I guarantee you, there are some people that will do that shit to another person. But it's not like the people who are putting this shit out on Facebook or the other social media, it's not like they're trying to put a positive message to anything. They're just telling you that shit. They're just dumping negative. And that's it. They're dumping negative and leaving just to get clout, just to get that shit. You know what I mean? It's like, so when I go up to it and it's like, fuck the human race, that's what it is. Like, fuck your fellow mankind, fuck people, fuck loved ones, fuck it all, I guess. Like, do you not care the ripples you're making? Some people, this shit would damage. Like, if I saw all this shit now, a few months prior, I probably wouldn't be here. Granted, circumstances are different now, but back then, like, if I kept seeing the amount of shit daily how I'd been, I don't think I would have continued on, honestly, and that's no lie, and that's why I'm saying it's important to support others, to check up on the quiet ones, and to really just, like, question people who claim to be okay or good or fine. Like, there's specific words and actions a person will make that you can recognize that they're doing their best to, like, hide it because they don't want to be a bother. It's not that they're trying to lie, it's just they don't want to be a bother because they feel like they're a burden or a bother, or that they'll ruin your day, because we can't just simply say a few things, we actually have to just talk it all out, and that's also the problem. It's called dumping, and not everybody has the capacity to be able to be dumped on, and that's the problem. It's because not everybody has reached that level with themselves where they can confront what's going on with them. So, in other words, like, try and find someone like a doctor to talk to, or find someone on your wavelength, like they're out there, even if it's long distance, find someone on your wavelength and connect, because we're not supposed to be alone as people. And just like the thing I was saying, it's like some people can't deal with the pain alone, some people can't change alone, some people can't deal with all that stress, that anguish, that depression, they can't deal with that alone. That's what kills a lot of good people, that's what kills people. No lie. And it's like, we gotta acknowledge that. And it's like, please, if you're ever feeling like this, if you're ever letting shit get to you this bad, comment on my shit or try to reach me. I'll try and touch back. Like, I'm fucking serious about this. Go on my Instagram, Toxify the Pharaoh, shoot me a fucking message or something. Follow me, I'll get the notification or something like that. But try and reach out. If you really need fucking help, try and reach out to somebody. Like, I know there are numbers to call and shit. I've had myself poor experiences, but if anything will help, just as long as someone would hear you, and if that would help, just fucking do it. Like, as hard as it is, it's better to dump a little on somebody, or at least get your voice heard, or to hear a different opinion or a different side of things, even if it hurts a little bit. It'll help because you're still here and you haven't given up. Like, please give yourself that chance. Like, give yourself that fucking chance to get through it. Please don't give up. Like, I'm asking y'all, like, this is important. We need to spread the positive message. Like, this is also another thing that's helping me too, is putting these out. Like, trying to help others as I go along, because I know how hard it is to open up, and I'm basically said fuck it because I want to help others. Like, if y'all don't have the voice to speak out like I am, I'll be that voice, I'll be that advocate. I want to be that advocate because this is a subject that needs to be touched on for not just males but females and everybody, like everybody. Every human on the planet, every animal, everything that feels, it needs to be talked about, because emotions are so powerful. Like, emotions and mental health is so fucking powerful. Y'all don't even get it. Like, every day there's psychological warfare going on within movies, music, everything has an influence on us mentally. And it all boils down to with how we handle things, how we deal with it. And as we go along with these videos, I think we can all make some progress with that. And don't believe the shit that's being put out on social media. Like, keep working on replacing negative thoughts with positive thoughts, or negative actions with positive actions. Like, when it comes to being impulsive, like me, like how I do stupid shit, try and find something positive to get impulsive about. Like, switch that around, because you gotta try and find a healthy way of dealing with things, and you gotta find a healthy way. Like, I can't drink for a while, like, I know that for a fact, and I can't go to certain areas because I just know where it'll take me mentally, and like the progress I'm making, I know how I am, I know my personality, I know how I'd be, And it wouldn't, like, I don't want to fuck things up how they're going now. Like, I would fuck things up worse. I don't honestly think if I went back to other shit right now, where I'm at right now, I don't think I'd survive. I really wouldn't. And that's why I'm adamant about cutting some things out of my life for a while, because it's like, with this progress, there's going to have to be sacrifices made on my part, because, like, I want to be healthy, I want to be happy, I want to be good for not only myself, I want to be good for I want to be good for the ones I love. I want to be good for the relationship I have, and I don't want to be a burden. I don't, because I become a burden. I ruin things every time I get like that. I ruin things, but I don't think I'll make it the next time because how bad I get. Like, mentally, like, I get so depressed. It brings me back to the darker side of things. I get so fucking depressed. And I've tried a few times when drinking, and it's like, when it comes to drinking and being impulsive, like, me personally, I've tried shit, and I can't put myself back there. I've recognized that. I admit it. I'm weak. Yes, I'm weak. I'm not gonna say I'm better than anyone. I almost died quite a few times because of my impulsivity and just how I was, and that's not okay. Like, I used to just be fine with it, but now, like, I'm like, I want to live, I want to do better, I want to be healthy, I'm enjoying life now. Life is getting better, life is starting to take turns for the best, and I have to make these changes in order to keep it that way, because if I go back, then all this progress would be in vain, all this happiness would be in vain. What good am I? I'm still looking at myself like, what good am I? But the progress I make is amazing and awesome, and it's keeping me going, and I want the same for y'all. I want y'all to start taking steps for yourself, start taking steps to you, to your inner peace, your inner goals, because y'all deserve that. You deserve to do good, feel good, react good, keep things manageable, because I know for a fact I ain't gonna be there's no way I will be completely rid of my mental issues, but I know for a fact that at some point in time I will be able to manage it accordingly and properly, and it won't be such a burden. That's the thing. It won't be a burden on our shoulders. It won't be a burden on others. Like, we'll be able to manage it, and that's where we gotta work on. We gotta start seeing it. Take baby steps at a time, because it's hard, but remember that continuing the fight, just continue the fight no matter how bad you want to give up, no matter how bad, because the universe, it's gonna be fucking cheesy, but the universe acts in mysterious ways, because, like, it's like, honestly, the things have happened to me, like the recent best thing that's happened to me, like a month or two ago, it came at me completely randomly. On top of the fact that this amazing thing happened to me, I was not expecting it to take off after that night or whatever. I was not expecting it to go further than that. And look where I'm at now. I honestly have to say this is the most amazing thing that's ever happened, because I was not this came at me blindly, and I was not expecting it, and it's good, it's positive, and it's been bringing me up ever since. It's like, yeah, I've been dealt with some shit in between the way, because, like, that's how progress is. You're gonna deal with some speed bumps along the fucking way. I just want y'all to know y'all are loved and cared for. Y'all are so fucking important. Just remember that. Just keep telling yourself that. Try and tell yourself positive. Maybe just get some sticky notes, write some positive quotes and sayings, and put them around your apartment or your living space or whatnot at eye level, or where you usually look, and read them every time you go past, or every other time, and just get that in your mind every day that you're going to do that, because any amount of positivity will start to build up, and over time it will outweigh the negativity, because you are actively trying. You've got to be actively trying to better yourself and actively want to do better and different, because that's what I'm doing. And I want to see y'all do that. It's going to be hard. but I support y'all. I do. And as I said, if you need to reach out, fucking reach out. And that's it for today. I love y'all and thank you so much for listening. And I hope y'all's nights get better. I hope y'all sleep well. Or if you're listening to this during the day, I hope y'all have listened to the whole thing because this is important. I feel like I am touching some important matters on my end as well. And that's the first thing I worry about when I make these, kinda. But when the second thing is to make sure that I'm talking about things so y'all know and y'all can handle things on your end with, like, maybe if it correlates or not, or if y'all could take something about it. It also, I'm opening myself up so you get to know me when I'm not able to speak out in public about it or speak up about it because I'm still working on opening up. I'm just afraid about these things with how I'll be looked at and thought about, like, that correlates with the whole, like, if I'm not enough, please tell me, or if, like, this ain't what you want, please tell me, because, like, I'm so afraid of that. As I said, though, I've been working on it, and I'm pushing for better. I'm pushing for good thoughts. Like, I'm not letting myself stay down on this. I'm not trying to beat myself up about it, because I know if I was an issue, I would be told. I know that if it's got to be over, I'd be told with anything. Like, if things have to change, then I would be told. That's straight up. And I hope y'all could listen and be like, all right, this might help, or whatever, But I'm sending all my positive energy y'all's way, and I'm wishing y'all a better night, better day, or even a better 5 minutes. Like, just take this positivity or let it resonate. Just let this resonate in you for at least a little bit so your body can get used to having more positive energy, because that's what y'all need. Yeah, much love, and I hope y'all have a good night. Thank you.